Today's lesson is about the idea of comparison rates, or otherwise known as effective loan rates. That may ring a bell to you because we did the effective rate of investments before, and you might remember that the way that we did effective rate of investments was with this CEFF. That is only for the effective rate of investments. So please don't confuse the two. The effective rate of home loans is a completely different situation. It's important to acknowledge that now we are finding the comparison effective rate of home loans with a completely different strategy, even if they are called similar things. So the effective rate of an investment is not the same as the effective rate of a home loan. This first stuff in blue is stuff that's applicable for the maths. The interest rate that you see advertised by lenders is known as the nominal rate. That's what they say the interest rate is to work out what the monthly repayments are. Unfortunately, and including my home loan, most home loans have other fees and charges that aren't considered as part of the nominal rate. These include once-off fees, like establishment fees to get the loan going, and other fees like maintenance fees, which are ongoing. So they happen every month, every week, that sort of thing. So I'll give you a couple of moments to get the idea of what a nominal rate is. It's the interest rate that the bank says your home loan is. But unfortunately, they tend to forget that there exist establishment fees and maintenance fees that would affect the reality of that home loan. If you remember back to looking at Bank SA, that screenshot that you took had two different home loan rates on it. That's what we're talking about now, that second one. What is that second one about? The comparison rate. Okay. These extra charges mean that you're paying more than just the principal and interest. So you're technically paying a higher interest rate. This higher rate that considers added fees and charges is known as the comparison or effective rate of a home loan. Legally, the lenders are now required to advertise both. So you can see here, this is the Bank SA one. Bank SA, when they work out what your home loan repayment is, they are using this, but they fail to account for the establishment fee and any ongoing fees which actually raise the effective rate of your home loan slightly because you're paying a little extra. They have to advertise, they have to show both now, okay? These are the steps. So I'll give you some time to get down the 3 steps to finding a comparison effective rate of a loan, and then I'll show you how that's done, and that'll be it for today's teaching. So step 1, you add any once-off fees to the loan principal, and that becomes your PV. Then you solve for PMT to find the payments needed to pay off the loan amount that includes the one big once-off fee. Once that's in your TVM solver, you add any ongoing fees to the PMT you found in step 1. And then the final step, you put PV back to the original principal, but now you have a larger PMT. So a larger payment for a smaller loan amount will increase the interest rate, which is known as the comparison or effective rate of the loan. I'll scroll down so you have the example that we'll do as well. So get the 3 steps, please, and then the example down. We're going to go the default home loan, but with an establishment fee of $500 and then $5 extra per month. So for people that are away last lesson, your test will be in week 10. not what it says in the timeline.
Week 10.
Yep. And the last bit of content to be taught will happen tomorrow, so if you're away tomorrow, you need to watch it. That last bit of content is also not in the DIA, it's just an exercise. Alright, default loan, let's chuck it in here. See if I remember. 360, 5%, 500,000. Those are the payments that we established. That's the default loan. N, I, P, V, PMT, FV, PY, and CY. All equals so what we're working out to start off with is 360 payments, 5%, 500,000, not quite yet, negative 2684.11, 0. That's the default loan. The bank is saying it's 5%. But in our example, is there a once-off fee? The establishment fee of? Good. So that gets added. So I'll do the things that I'm adding in red. That gets added onto this. So the PV becomes 500,500. And then we solve for PMT. Because do you agree that if my loan is suddenly slightly bigger, are those payments going to increase slightly? Okay. So now that's going to be 500, 500, alpha, solve. So now that's saying to account for the extra $500, I need to pay $2,686.79 to 2 decimal points. So right now we have accounted for the once-off establishment fee. But is there an extra fee here that continues over and over? What is that? Sorry? The monthly fee of $5. Okay? So now we have to account for... Now, PMT is negative. So if I add 5 to that, is that going to achieve what I want to? I need it to be more negative because the payments are getting bigger. So you're going to go take 5 equals is going to be... So negative 2686.79, take 5. So the payments now are negative $2,691.79. Okay? Has that now accounted for the $5 extra every month? And has that accounted for the extra $500? Good. So now the last step is this. You do another TVM, but you go back to what was the loan for? The loan was $500,000, but I'm paying $2,691.79 every month to pay it off. So my interest rate is not actually 5. It's slightly higher than that. So we work that out now. 360, 500,000, 2691 point. So if I solve for I, that's going to say the interest rate is actually 5.03% to 2 decimal points. Okay? So second step 3. Step 1 and 2 were done in the the 1 TVM. So the effective rate of the default 2024 loan with 500 establishment and 5 monthly fee is 5.03% per annum.